everybody, please use the raise hand function if you would like to ask a question, and I will call on you. So to kick us off here with Kyu, we'll go with Jonas Schaefer.
Hey, Kyu, congratulations on getting drafted. Just a kind of quick personal question. Can you explain your name? It's obviously an unusual one. I couldn't find anything online on how you got it.
Yeah, funny story. So mom, my dad, of course, they had me. They agreed on blue before I'm even out. Like that was the main thing they wanted to do. And we get all the way down to, I'm pretty sure, the delivery room. I'm crying somewhere. The umbilical cord's got to get cut. But my mom's like, I want a K. I want a K name. And my dad's like, you know, this is a process the whole time. We're switching up. So they made a compromise and pretty much wanted to find what flows with blue, and went Kyu Blu, Kyu-B-L-U is my first name.
Jamison Hensley.
Kyu, what do you think as far as having a father who played over a decade in the NFL? How much do you think that helped you as far as your football career?
I mean, it helped me 100%. I was literally just telling him before this whole process even started that without him, I wouldn't even be as close to the man I am and close to the football player I am today. A lot of kids, you know, just having a father in my life, let alone an NFL father, you know, that's such a big thing. That's such a blessing in this life. I can't even have the words to say, but it's such a big blessing I have for sure.
Ryan Mink.
Congrats, Kyu. Could you talk, a 4-year starter at Stanford? That's pretty impressive. Can you talk about where your game grew, what you'll bring to the Ravens, and then secondly, your matchup with Jordan Addison?
Yeah, I'll start with my career. I mean, just playing 4 years of ball, you get a lot of experience, see a lot of football. You learn a lot about the game as the years grow. And I feel like what I bring to the secondary and just to the team is, one, a competitor, a really, really uber competitor. You know, whatever I'm doing, I want to be the best and beat the best. A nickel and a corner, you know, whatever they want to fit me at. And man coverage, zone coverage, I was able to experience a lot of different scheme diversity. That really helps me. Being a Swiss Army knife, put me in different places. As far as Jordan, great player. He got me on that one post, and we had some battles at the line of scrimmage, and I didn't get any balls after that. But great player. I see him doing well in the league, just like I expect myself to do well. And yeah, for sure.
We'll go to Brian Wacker.
Hey, Kyu. Read that you signed a deal with Microsoft for a video game that you created, and you're also involved in real estate development. Can you just talk about what sparked those two things?
Yeah, believe it or not, it's pretty cliche. My dad, it was funny for the video game. We have a friend of ours who was creating a movie that's going to come out, and it's based on what the video game is based on. And he introduced it to my dad, and I play video games. So my dad, they both knew nothing about video games. And he was like, you know, my son plays a lot of video games. And he was like, Kyu, can you create a story, like a storyboard or a log or some type of lore for this game and figure out a story base behind it? And I just sat down, like maybe a few hours, created a whole storyboard, characters and stuff like that. And they gave it to the company, and they really liked it. So that game's still in progress. We're still figuring that out. It'll definitely be coming out soon with the movie and everything. And real estate, once again, my dad, believe it or not, he's definitely doing real estate development right now. He got his own development company out in Vegas, and I was blessed to be at Stanford to do internships with venture capitalists and private equities and real estate firms alike, and just being around it with my dad, seeing it around there, something I would just want to dive into throughout this whole process in the NFL and after.
On the video game, what is the game or movie, or at least what's it based in?
I can't talk too much about the movie, but the video game is, if you can think of like a SEAL Team 6 that travels back in time to stop people from trying to change historic events. So let's say somebody trying to redirect. I'm saying too much, but yeah, that's that's the whole scope.
No, but
it's just like a time travel SEAL Team 6. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
David Andrade.
Hey, Kyu, welcome to Baltimore. Obviously, you will have the opportunity to participate in OTA's training camp against an offense with players like Lamar Jackson, OBJ, now Zay Flowers. How good of a challenge this will be for your game?
I mean, this is something I used to always think about, like playing against, guys like OBJ. I've seen Zay Flowers in this process. Those are the guys I want to line up against. I want to see what they got and they can, just make me better. Guys like that who are pros, and Zay Flowers, who's going to be a great rookie for our team. I feel like that's just going to make me better. It's just an iron sharpens iron thing. And a competitive guy like me, I want my first shot at bat at them when I can. I'm just jump out there and make sure I'm doing better and getting better.
Cliff Brown.
Yeah, congratulations. Did you have any contact with the Ravens during the pre-draft process? And what do you know, or how much do you know about the Ravens or even Baltimore coming from Stanford?
Yeah, starting off with Baltimore, Maryland, never been. Heard great things about it, but the Baltimore Ravens is a historic football program. I watched Marlon Humphreys, I don't know how many times. Dude is the baller. Marcus Peters when he was there. You guys got Kyle Hamilton now, just Eric Weddle, like guys in the secondary that I've watched throughout my whole entire life. But Ed Reed too, like that's even crazier. Just me being able to have an opportunity to cement my legacy also when I'm there. But as far as the process, I had a meeting with the DB coach, Zoom meeting. Honestly, I never talked to Harbaugh until today. Never talked to the GM until today. But Ryan Capretta is my trainer at Proactive, and he told me they reached out at the combine. I was just wondering what type of guy I am. And Ryan, of course, said I'm a super competitor and love to compete. And that was honestly the first interaction I had up until that Zoom meeting. But I'm just super stoked, man. Super glad to be a Raven. Super blessed.
Jeff Zrebeck.
What was the moment? Usually the team, after they make some picks, the next couple days or whatever, sends out, some of the videos of the phone calls with guys getting that call to tell them they've been drafted. What was the moment like for you, and how special was it for your family knowing, father and son to have that bond, in the NFL?
Yeah, honestly, just going through the days, it's a grueling process for any type of draft prospect sitting there watching everybody get picked. Dudes in your position, the competitive nature in all of us is like, that should have been me. But, every team has a fit, every team loves you. And I'm just glad, the Ravens love me. But just sitting there, man, you don't expect it. You don't expect it. I was sitting there, talking to agents, of course. They're telling me other teams. They're telling me teams that wasn't even the Ravens that they might jump up and take me. But and then it just happened. I got the 410 area code. It said Baltimore Ravens, and I was just so happy, man. It's just a breath of fresh air to finally have a home. Finally have a home.
We'll go Jonas Schaefer and then Garrett Downing.
Hey, Kyu, with your Bishop Gorman roots and also working at a Proactive, have you gotten to know Ronnie Stanley at all?
No, honestly, I've heard he's a legend around Gorman. He was there a while before I was, but I always knew he was a legend. Would love to meet him, love to talk about his days at the G. But yeah, never got a chance to meet him, but definitely get the chance to now for sure.
Go ahead, Garrett.
Kyu, you're the first player from Stanford the Ravens have ever selected.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. What does that mean to you?
Man, it's just being a Raven in general. I feel like I just got to bring it, bring everything I have to this, whatever position they need me at, wherever they want me at, just give it my all and just be so thankful. I'm really thankful to Harbaugh, really thankful to the Ravens, taking a chance on me and making sure there's no regrets with that, making sure they got the right guy. And I believe that, and I'm gonna make them believe that too.
Ryan Mink.
Hey, Kyu, I know you had a really good week at the Senior Bowl. What did you feel like you proved the teams there?
Definitely that I still got it. I feel like my last season, my senior season compared to my junior season, I had in total in man-to-man, I think about 25 targets in the whole entire season. So not a lot of opportunity to show myself, not a lot of opportunity to go out there and make plays. And I just knew at the Senior Bowl, like I gotta turn up here, because people are like, okay, he had a good junior year. His senior year was so, like, is he still that same player? And I think I proved that, day in and day out, just making sure I'm competing and putting my best effort forward.
All right, and we'll finish up here with Kevin Richardson.
Kyu, what are the things you think you need to work on at the next level? And at Stanford, were you able to ever play in special teams? Because most guys first coming in the league, special teams is one of the ways they make their mark.
Yeah, speaking of special teams, that the tradition at Stanford, that's a rite of passage no matter how good you are. Dudes like Christian McCaffrey and Solomon Thomas still play special teams. You know, you're never too good to be off of special teams. So I was able to play gunner. I was able to be the jammer, kickoff. Those are things that got me on the field as a freshman. You know, I started my freshman year, but it was 4 games in. Those 3 games before, I was all special teams guy, just going in and at it. Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. I feel like that's how I gain the respect from the top down, GM all the way down to player. I feel like just busting my butt on special teams and doing what I need to do for the team is the biggest thing. And sorry, did you ask another question? I got lost in the special teams question.
Sure. What is the other thing you think you need to work on at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm going to the Ravens, I look at a guy like Marlon Humphreys. He's uber physical. I mean, he's one of the most physical corners in this league. And I feel like that's definitely something I can plus in my game. You know, not being the same size as Marlon, different types of players, I feel like, but at the same time, making sure I bring that same physicality that they demand from their top guy. You know, I feel like that's something I can definitely do. And the only thing that keeps you in this league is ball production. Make sure I just get 2 hands on that ball and give it back to Lamar and Odell and let those guys do work.
All right, well, very good, Kyu. Thank you for joining us. And again, congratulations. We look forward to meeting you in person this coming week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.